Argylle. It's a little bit shit really. I don't know what it is about this movie, but the best way I could describe it is a convoluted mess, as the title alluded to. The thing is, I really like Matthew Vaughn and his work, especially Kingsman, where he perfectly balanced the line between espionage and wacky action while still taking the tone of the film somewhat seriously. So when it comes to Argylle, I don't even know what went wrong. Where do I start? Basically, the marketing sold us a lot of dreams. Henry Cavill, who is front and centre of all the marketing, is in the film for like 5 minutes. And so are Dua Lipa and John Cena. The real film stars Bryce Dallas Howard as Ellie Conway, who is a timid and reclusive author that writes best-selling novels about a secret agent named Argylle, who's on a mission to unravel a global spy syndicate. This is until the plot of her book begins to mirror the covert actions of a real-life spy organisation, and she's then the target of said organisation. Why did they wait until she was on book number 5 before attempting to hunt her down? I don't really know, but they did. And it's only until Sam Rockwell, who plays Aiden, steps in that things in her life start to pick up the pace. And if you've gotten this far, I warn you, there are spoilers ahead. So, her books were reaching the point of predicting the future, and both sides are chasing her as they needed to get their hands on a MacGuffin that has the list to take down this spy syndicate. It is later revealed that her books weren't predicting the future, and that this Argylle character that she was writing about was actually repressed memories of her former life before a major accident, and she was an agent named Argylle. Yeah. After the accident, the spy organisation, I honestly can't even remember what the name was, brainwashed her and convinced her that she was an author who had a skating accident. So as she's writing these best-selling books, she is actually leading them closer and closer to the truth of what happened to this MacGuffin list that has since gone missing. Are you following? Yeah, me neither. Now, don't get me wrong, there was definitely some fine camera work and set pieces in this film, like the train sequence where Henry Cavill and Sam Rockwell switch places in Ellie's eyes as she's watching them protect her. But the gimmick of that scene wears off quite quickly, yet they play on it I think at least 2 more times throughout the movie. Then there's the CGI of the film, which is honestly so poor from the backdrops. I think the whole CGI budget just went on the damn cat. And speaking of the cat, it added absolutely nothing to this movie. I don't even know why they included it. I'm just assuming it was a way to get cat lovers to come in and see this because they had no other selling points for this film, even though they had a million other selling points. But all in all, the CGI and the camera work was pretty shoddy. Then there's the scene in the last act, which is practically impossible to see anything that's happening. It is fun and light-hearted where they fight in a corridor with coloured smoke grenades, but again, it just took me right out of the film as the tone is all over the place. It's so goofy and it's so silly. Did get a chuckle out of me though. Then after that, there's still like half an hour left of the film. And then a mid-credit scene that ties this film into the Kingsman universe, but like, why? The film itself wasn't actually that bad. I don't know what expectations I had going in, but I was expecting a light-hearted comedy and action, which is technically what I got, but the execution was way off. And the pacing of the film was terrible. And there was a plot twist like every 5 minutes. 1 minute she's good-natured and the next she's a spy. 1 minute she shoots Aiden in the chest and the next he's alive because she shot a very specific 2-inch gap in the heart that doesn't kill him. 1 minute she's back with the syndicate, the next she's in love with Aiden and betrays them. 1 minute they activate the Winter Soldier mind control thing to get her to fight Aiden. The next minute it stops because her friend, who was meant to have died earlier in the film, who also got shot in that same convenient 2 inches in the heart, so she's still alive. Who would have seen that coming? 1 minute she's fighting all these agents and not allowed to shoot her gun because of spilt oil that could have caught fire. The next she's figure skating on it and shooting them all. If you're getting tired of all these 1 minute this, 1 minute that, then just think about how I felt watching the movie. Anyways, that's all I have to say about Argylle. If you feel like wasting 2 hours of your life that feel closer to 3 hours, then by all means go ahead. But if not, save yourself the trouble and wait for some more good movies that will come out. Speaking of good movies, my next review is one that I'm actually really excited to talk about, so make sure you stay tuned for that.